Sului ai whamalama ua maputi ngā le ata. Le lofa balaga leo le tua. Le tai au fōu. Tau tala tuai le hawa tele ma le whaaloalo. Le a fio. O ta maa. O le atunu. Tupu mai. Tupu mta maali. Mesi foi o toto uli. O le atunu. E o fai malala tau tofi. Le maota maulunga le fono fai tu la fono le malo Amerika Samoa. Malo le soifua. Malo le langi mama. Tai le tu o bel tau soifua. Le nei foi aso fa popo. I aso le soifua pe le ola. Tau tu ai ia. I fi au mga luenga pe ola. Tau fi ai lo tau malu. Me le ai la fio la presidente. Sui presidente. Ma malu o sentoa. Ta maa le tudu. Suma i foi o tato mo le mau. Tai tai niso vaenga. Tato fal mai ma le soifua maloloina. Al mele awa yon tato. Si tato atu buboi lupo le atua. Whawhitai apa vi ia lo da galilei. Plon mata ko fie peo le whaaria nei tai au. Mole mole lawa o te wala ua tu le awa ma le whaaloalo tele. Yo te bao tia, bole. Pāmatua. Se ia watu tato taulanga whai oe maso upu. Tato so upu lupo le atua le tai au. Ia lona so soa di bai. Ine foi pahenga tā ua o le tato ngā luenga wha mole mole. Molo wafa tele ma le whaaloalo.
Mato wala au atu i le awa, ma le mingao, ma le whaaloalo i luma o la ua fio, ma le tupu le ali o li i, o le atua pa ia, ma malu ma le sisiri e se la ua fio. La ua fio ma le whaafafonga te talo, mato ole atu i nei tai au fou le atua i le anganga ma le whamao ni o luma. Whaafitai le walofa o e whaulu whale mai au auna. Mai le tu malo, ma le tu malo, tutono le mao tufono le mātou tiute, whai pēa i le aso ma le aso. Whaafitai le walofa, malo longa le pongsa le pō sa whenga iai le atunu u, sa e leo le atunu u ilo wanga le leimano. Le utai au malo ai tutuila manua. Mai maunga tele se i oai whanau. Lalo vao tutuila manua. On tangatanu. Wa mato poto le mato ngaluenga masani. Mato sairia i ati oe so mato malo silikino. Le mafau atoa maleanga. Wai mātou taritonu au noa moe. Lei se mea mātou te mawhaia. A fio ifolo o nganga pa ia. Le nganga pa ia mātou te mo mia. Tau to uruei nai lo mātou vai. Wai le so mātou malosi. Le ngate ia i mātou ta mao le atunu ui mao ta mao lunga no mātou tai. Atoa mai mātou unga. Whapea fo ia mātou moli mau, mātou mafuta. Mātou sa iri mālo ia se oe au atu tuila manua, malana whainga mālo le atu. A fio maia. Tātou ngā lulue malau fio tonu ai meu. Ako mātou se mangsala. Whamangalo i mātou i o luma Yesu. Tu pole aso malau fio. Le mātou te talo lea. Ale atu i lo manu malo Yesu Keriso sa tau. Amen.
Malo whaafitai tele lawa. Lawa fionga sentua, la fionga te maa matua. Mo le tatou whaafitai rumo le atua le tai au. Lofa le atua fua ile, le mau, fua ile malosi. Mana mea lofa lilo wha le nganga e ale whianga iai. A inga, nu umale, malo e mese langa ngā ruenga pa ia. Whaftai tere. Honorable Senators this morning, members of the Senate, we have before us the members of the leadership at the LBJ Hospital. We have Dr. Lindua, Chief Medical Officer. And we have Dr. James Sunia, the Acting Medical Director. We have Director of Human Resources, Stanley. Yeah. And our Chief Finance Officer, Mr. Ya lewa, subaya tato bol bau pe fo yoda. Lau sirfia, ya so fi ngalo I lita yao mal fa moi. I know you have been informed of the agenda this morning, so Dr. James, do you have a doa boso to sa no?
Whaftai lava mo le avanoa. Mo mua lava watu whaftai le tai o tato atunu pa tamam tina le renefon tanga pa pea le Palestinian le fono ma le tai komiti. Ai wa vei alo leo whai masui o mato o mai nei. Nau o umana whailo atu e le sunga o le awhionga ia tuian mato o mai le CEO. Dr. Lindua, whapea ia Sefa le CFO, lo nei tangata. Whamalia tua le mwhaina au wai mai le CMO ia Maria ke Iapa, Dr. Maria ke Iapa. O lea lau au sau e whai masui o ia neifon, ma Stanley Iakopo. Whaftai lau.
Whaftai tere, alo, whaftai. Ia o salo pe tau mo le tau te wa fionga. Sama le tu le tulanga o the primary issue this morning to start with is the concern about the those illegal drugs that are commonly or frequently found at the post office and with the hospital that is hospital related. O le mta upula la atu tulaga o le bebe fuala au fasai na lo mau pes I fa mai I boso so an fa tele le fa fitauli pe se o tu tele ai o le fa le be ta wais so fa mai tulaga. Now maybe you have to have a summary of or some brief statement regarding that. Say so no mai la tu mo sin tala ata wa matai ia na tu atu le ba no ma fa la if silly fionga sento.
Thank you. Good morning, the Honorable President of the Senate and the Honorable Chairman and the Honorable members of the Senate. The drugs that was discovered, I think it was in 2018 at LBJ. Unfortunately, most of us here, we were not in any position to understand the details of that. The information that I have gathered was nothing documented. It was mainly through talking and interviewing some of those few of those that received, what was shipped and mailed to LBJ hospital. And what I was informed from talking with a few of those that there was a box that was delivered to the offices, to some of the departments at LBJ from our procurement office, and inside that box were envelopes that were addressed to different departments. So the recipients of those envelopes, when they opened the envelope, they found that there was something that they do not understand what it was. It was not papers, it was not mail, it was an airtight sealed substance that was in those plastic bags. So they didn't know what it was, and they were asking each other what that plastic was when one of the security came, and they said that with the security who informed them that it might be drugs, and advised that they call the police. The information that was gathered was that the police came and did the investigation, and later on it was handed to the FBI. That is the information that we have on that, issue. Now, there was also another issue that involved one of our security employee 2 weeks ago. So the security who was off duty at that time came to the post office to collect a box that was sent to her, and that was when it was found and discovered that what was in that parcel that was sent to her was confirmed to be met. Was found to be met, and that security was handed over to the law enforcement people, and right now it is under the hands of the law. But that security of ours has turned in her resignation to LBJ hospital, that she has resigned from her position. That is on the issue about the drugs that is in the subpoena this morning. Faftai.
Leo whaafoa i ei le malu le whioga sentoa. Pe tuatu nei awanoa James pe tanu wha Samoa ifo le saunoanga le mo sinda te pia ia na tuatu le awanoa i tamai mo se siri.
I le tūlanga le lua fe sfulwalu sa iai le case sa o mai ai pein whailoa atu le sunga le CEO ele iai mātou i tūlanga o tofi so ele i loa ia po le ase se tala o suenga sa silingia tangata sa iai ma tala sa whai mai o le pusa sa mai le whale mai sa tufa atu i Department SS mo envelopes na o atu la tau tatala e le iloa e tein fo mai ma tangata na whainga luenga po a ia mea na iei tonu o envelopes ia sa longo Lord Security, South Security whapea mai fōringa ni whala au whaasaina. Lea la sa longo e leo atu leo whaila tu suenga. Tala na matou maua mai le case na le lua office furuwalu. A o le case lea na tupu lua vai aso talu ai. O le tala o le tasi tamaitai security le whale mai. Sa alu ia le whale meli e pikilanga parcel mai le whale meli. Ai mau ai ia i nā lo ia ia whala au whaasaina i tonu i lana pusa lena alu e piki mai. I wa umalana na whaamawai o resign ia mai le whale mai. Ma o le mena ia o le mea private a ia le vao ia na piki ia le EAS connection ma le whale mai. Whataila.
Whataila rula no mo fisi.
Pe o le mele ia tatu to maa le fisi ia. E fia mo se taira se li poti mo tangata maali liu. Pe len sa ungo ia le fionga se ntoa. E fia mo pe ise li poti mo ma le whale mai. Pe amata mai le lua fe lusu toru lusu fa lusu lima. E tere lo ai pe fia leo fa ina mari liu le tautanga lea pe ngā aru lalo pe ngā aru lunga e le o na fia lo e fionga sentoa ai le o fia lo e le o mo le keisi la ia le i le na mo ia lau fa ilfa i unga le malo i mo whala au ai le mele na mga tungaru iei ona fa pe o tele tangata mari liu e fia mo la se li poti mai le whale mai amata mai po lufu toru lufu fa lufu lima O le ale tūlanga lai ei, o e mo mai me, ia whaino fusili atu sao ia Dr. Latua.
Aftai la vela fioga sui president. Le ai fa malu atu le. O le mta upole na moi fola pole ilo longa le. O le mta upole lo o sa do bela su ga we we na mali li o le mta fa popo. Le fa popo mai le fioga ia. Sento ya sa tele bulbuliane la tatu ia. Al mta upole le na fola ya ulam tanga. O le mta upole fa sinto le le aso de. Malo fa lo tele. Langa o le mta upole langa mai tolo o to ba. Watu dia velo bolfisiri waftai.
Whafkai ai lau whiona kake kumiki mo loa mo ngi ai lau Samoa ngam sau skemi o ngā le fo ilai whakali li poki ko i pea la le kulanga ngā ai lau fisili lau sunga sunia o e pea oi le so upu ma le CEO Dr. Ledu ia whakalofa fo i le ia Josefa o le CFO ia ma le sunga ia Stanley e sawa ia o lau sunga o le Human Resource ia whaftai o lau fasiri la le case le lua awhes fulvalu ua o makala le case le au pa ua close wa lenga mention mai e Dr. Ledu le FBI lenga involved case le ua kapungi case le awa afa pea wa o kakala per case ia le du le wa o mai lo ngofoinga 2020 e kaulanga si le fie lau sunga le case lea po le mea o open case lea po wa kapungi case lea wa uma yesu nga FBI na o lau fasili la.
Do you understand the question? No. He's asking about the case, the 2018, is it closed or open because he heard the FBI was in.
Honorable Senators, right now I don't have, and we don't have any information anymore about that case, whether it is still whether it is closed or the case is open. We don't have that information right now.
Ele i aifso ka inga o kouma le official lawyer sili. Le ngā foi a le o i le criminal investigation leo leo. Did you inquire about the case?
I did not. Yeah.
E o mai nge le fono le loa whakasili poki o mengi le kipsili ai. Whai o le keisi le whalmai, o le keisi le nga o mai e mei e ui merka ko ofisa le e woi. E o mai keimingi o le whakari le fongo ngiri poki. O ngā ka saola kaunga mai i se aso ka kipsili, lo i sili, le alme wo e mengi. Sao le al whaali ngā sui le whalmai. Ma kua pongi sāfo le whalmai, a whai o pongi sāfo le whalmai, pongi sāfo i kako. Me len ku por falma il fa ko sanga le xango e o mai ngi le fa ka le fono ngi li poki po fe me wo ye inga e fa sa o e marka ko kai mi wa le mo ka ka ngi le kat
fa ka ya la o fio al pleske ya fa ka foi wa ka wol ka pule wa o falma ile nga avakwa ile ia menge drugs ka foi la nga ya ai fa ka mo le sangwa al pleske.
E mai le loia sili e ka kipsi sa o en ka upuni o fair wa en ye uma cases in sa me ka drugs
aftai
alo faftai e sa o le sa do le fio ka presidente lo cases le ta uai i fala fasai no da mai TV to TV ai meli mai officer ta to le Hawaii this is not case ai le ta wai fu fa mai lo tuklanga le lo e lava lo mo sili fa pole tama ya utu le fioga utu so bai ba la pole
wa o me uma e a fia so linga tu la fo e uma e official lawyer ma official commission on mena e ta wa fa tu ngalo ga tu le fioga president o mta upu foi dia. O lai nano o su enga a vaenga wha malo sula fono. E tau lana a vai e fie na o le tātou mau te silfia mau tatu langa o ia im tau upu e pēn sau natu le whonga presen. Ia o te manatu au e tātou te ora wala na. E mo i foi sau nana le whonga sentoa. E winga mta upu le whalmai. Ia a lawa i li mal wha malo sula fono me leo te wha. Whalua nei sau nganga le whonga presen. Au me tonu al vaenga e pau ia im tā whai oi le ama. Ia mo le popo e le tātou teimi.
Dai. Faftai tele pol fautuanga e bole lava teimi wale ai. Tau amata. E pe nei fesili. Tuat pela vado bo nei fesili. Ia la fionga halo. Ia. Ia. Ia si. Nei di mai si mai.
Me watu wa wepo
Leo al la fionga ia halo.
Okay. Thank you. The issues of drugs mail into the employee of the hospital. Would you think you would pursue that avenue and see what's occurring? Because this may not be the first time this is occurring. There has to be some reason why this stuff is mailed to the hospital. And it would seem to me that the hospital, irregardless of what's going on to the report to the police or the Attorney General, that you would pursue because your employee, or used to be your employee, is a hospital. And could be others. It's been funneled through the hospital without your knowledge.
What LBJ is doing, and has been doing recently, we have been conducting random drug tests to all our employees. And this has started from the CEO right down to the employees of the housekeepers. We just finished our latest drug test that was conducted last month. And we tested 25 security, 39 housekeeping, 44 maintenance, 3 biomedical engineers, 2 maintenance, and 1 human resource. And out of all those, none tested positive. That is the measure that LBJ is doing, and we do this randomly every now and again.
Do you take other medical employees and nurses and other employees?
Yes, Honorable Senator, this includes everybody. I have already been tested. I was just approached one morning and I was given an envelope, and in that envelope I was instructed to go to the lab to have my drug test done. I followed that instruction. I went straight to the lab, have my blood test done. I went through the usual normal process, and my test was negative.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, if you go to.
But my only concern that Dr. Ledua is we need to be starting to be proactive on what's going on as far as the exchange of custody. That's the main problem, because you do have the pharmacist. Okay, that's where the chemical comes in. So you got to make sure you do have a good policy, SOP, procedures, whatever other things you can call it. When you change the custody, whoever pick up the mail, you got to be a 1 gate in and 1 gate out. Okay, that's the only way. Let's go that way. The other thing that Senator Alo said in regards to drug testing, that's the other part. But you need to protect that gate in. Okay, it's not the first, not the second, and it's more and more and more. Okay, we cannot stand back and watch. This is one of the gate that the drugs comes in. because you do have an avenue of the chemical comes in, so they probably think this is the best way to smuggle it in. So please, Dr. Ladua, you need to put down your foot and try to get this thing right. That's my concerns and advice to you. Thank you.
Now, if you're not going to come, Marmok, Besa Bangoy, if you see the Oichiku Langale, but for my, like, it ain't got a problem with my. I have more pay the Calabite versus he. Ole, Ole, she did pull on from my ear. Remember more, Kulangal Morgue. As you know, that we have a major problem with the morgue. And are you planning on addressing that issue?
Yeah, Honorable Senator, yes, the morgue and the chapel is our highest priority right now. We have already sent out the bid for the design and build of the morgue. And once we have that, we will start working on building the morgue. The plan that is in this work is to build a casket holding area where we can put all the caskets that is being kept right now in the chapel. So once we move the caskets to the casket holding area, we're going to free up the chapel and we're going to work on renovating the chapel so that we can get the chapel to be used for the purpose it is meant to be. That is, and this work should start in next month, in September. We are looking at finalizing the bid for this work, and the work should start in September.
Yeah. What I cannot, a lot of us don't understand, the delay of taking their people out to be buried. Is there a reason for that? Because this has never occurred before.
Sorry, Honorable Senator, I did not understand the question.
Well, no, what I meant, the volume of the death in the hospital, it seems like it gets greater and greater. It's too long.
Okay.
We don't understand why the people, this never used to be the case.
Yeah.
Why people are waiting so long to take their people out,
Yeah.
and bury?
Yeah.
Is there a reason why? Do you know?
We have this, there is a policy that we have done to limit the number of days to 30 days. But we see that it is difficult to follow when families have other reasons that they want to keep the family member in the morgue for longer.
Why? What? Is this a family issue?
Yes, most of the reasons is that they have to wait for family members to come for the funeral. I think that is the main reason most keep the family members in there before they take the body out. They have to wait for the family. So it's for family reasons.
Yeah, because some of the death over there is about 2 to 3 months. If we keep accommodating the people because we continue to have a problem. Yeah. And you have a problem with the issue because all of this ends up in your budget.
Okay,
and it seems
so not.
It's an issue that we need to address.
Yeah. Faftai, fiona sento, ya le mtapu ya ole mafu me tatu ai ga tu la fa fonga le tu. Ya si la be tau tatu so swali fa pai tau fo ia le mtapu mafu me la vai ai ga. Ya, whaftai atu po. So eva, pomele.
Dr. Latour, as you recall, last time you were here last month, you were here because of our concern about closing down of the Hope Dialysis. And the concern that we have because of the increased number of patients that you will be taking care of in the LBJ. Can you give us an update on the dialysis unit?
All the 42 patients that came from Hope Dialysis are taken care of at LBJ Hospital Dialysis as of today. We are planning on providing this at LBJ on a temporary basis. Our goal and what we are working on with the Attorney General's office is to acquire Hope Dialysis and use Hope Dialysis facility as our satellite dialysis. That is something that we are working on right now, and we are hoping that we will be able to acquire that and start operating from there in the next 2 to 3 months. For the other longer term management of dialysis patients, we have signed an agreement with a dialysis company from the US who will be partnering with us in providing dialysis care to our patients, and that includes plan includes decentralizing our dialysis service and building satellite dialysis, one on the east and one on the west, and acquire Hope Dialysis and use that for the centralized area. Part of that plan is also to provide home dialysis. We have done an analysis of our patients, and we found that 20% of our dialysis patients can be dialyzed in their homes. So that is what we are working on with this group. The CEO of this company will be coming down. He was here last week for this agreement, and he will be coming down again next month to start working on. First step is to acquire Hope Dialysis, have it operational so that we can release the load from LBJ Dialysis to Hope for now.
That should be your priority, taking care of those portion of the population of our community. With the increase of number of patients in LBJ, that should be your priority. It's very important. But I'm looking for going through your budget proposal for 2025, and I see quite a lot of salary increase and travel, but you're disregarding the essential portion of providing service for the. Most of your budget, I've seen a lot of increase in salaries, and you're cutting down costs on other part of the support service. But I will ask you that when you come through during the budget hearing. But thank you.
Jadi na obelol paket si oda tato olel ta pulpul final il tu tasi ala velo mal fa lo lava fa pulpul de tato le yo tu lisim ta pula feo pomele ona tato otole lisim ta fa pulpul la mal wava te fa after
after lava mal have no tatai komiki ila so lua nga Samoa le vice president kako no fasiri aku I le vanga le o vanga le nga fonga kako fai kako ilu I longa la sulua I le port administration. And this is a question to you, Dr. Ledua, because eloa ole e pupu foi la fasiri. Is the hospital more program oriented or people oriented, because you got so many problems, so many problems happening at the hospital that we need to address, that I know we cannot address gaming a. But life akali kako se o okay me file a budget hearing. I'm glad that we're more gaming a that we have you today. Can you give me your interpretation? Are you program oriented or people oriented? Because what I'm seeing now, we do the work
there's a framework of what we're supposed to do. But are we really that concerned about the people that go to the hospital who have to sit down and wait for such a long time for service?
Yes, Honorable Senator, the mission of our hospital is to provide care that is focused on patients. So yes, we are patient-focused hospital.
You what? I can't.
We are patient-focused, so patient is the center of our operation. And all the programs and all the operation that is carried out, it is carried out with the patient in the center of that operation. So whether it is a program that is being done or whatever operation that is being done, it is done to focus on the patient needs and the people needs. That is what we do.
Yeah, Fafkai Lamali.
Estoy no level of young Palestine. Yeah. No tato me to listen down.
You mentioned something about the morgue and the chapel. Did you invite any private company whether they can provide this service instead of the hospital? Because this is not supposed to be the hospital's business, just like outside. Did you do that, Ledua?
Did
you invite any private company like the one that sells casket, where they can provide this service?
Privatize?
You, Honorable President, it is something that we have been discussing within the hospital, but we have not reached out to a company.
Why? Why don't you?
It is a good option, I would say, and that is something that we can do. And we will do that.
How much it costs?
Yeah. What's the cost per day for a cadaver to be
the cost of
per day, yeah.
Of a daily?
Yeah.
Okay. Cost of keeping a body in the, I think, $30 a day or $50 a day. Okay. Yeah. This is, if I can remember right, I think it is either $30 or $50 a day. As far as I can remember, I might be wrong, but that is what I think I can remember.
Well, raise it up, because that's the problem we discussed on our general meeting of the church. You know, we need to use the morgue. I mean the chapel, but I don't blame the hospital, you know, for putting dead people over there, because some family is over 3 months, you know. O mi kere o ka kia o ki kei. O le ela se mea auka ngaka whai loku. Ko ulunga peka i lima se lau le aso e wawenga vese la ko woki.
Yeah, before we get to the other issue, Dr.
I'm not through yet.
Okay.
The drug test. Any private company can do that instead of the hospital? How can we trust them? The drug test you guys run. I'm not saying, you know, I don't trust you, Ledua, and the hospital. Is there any private company can do that instead of you?
I think the Department of Health also does drug test. The Department of Health.
So, LBJ is different from Department of Health?
We do our own drug test, but DOH also do drug test, which is different from...
How can I believe if you do your own drug test?
We follow the standard test to do those drug tests, the standard procedures.
Orisi fsili le usunga kai kobiki. E ngā mea ka karango i ngi ritu se for kai mil pakeki. I go through your budget. what's the justification of this pharmacist? You propose 160-something thousand for 5 pharmacists, and the chief is almost close to 200,000. What's the justification for that, Dua?
Honorable President, it is our goal to provide a 24-hour pharmacy service at LBJ Hospital. To do that, we need to have at least 5 or 6 pharmacists in-house. It has been very difficult for us to get more than 3 pharmacists. So we have to provide some sort of incentive for the pharmacists to come from the US who are certified pharmacists to come and work at LBJ. When you look at the average salary of the pharmacist in the US, the average pharmacy salary is $120,000 to $160,000 for those that are over 5 years experience. Hawaii, right now, the starting salary for a new pharmacist is $145,000. So to get pharmacists, US certified pharmacists, to come down here and work and help meet the vision that we have to provide service to the people, we need to give them incentive. When they come here, they lose their benefits like retirement, they lose their medical insurance and all those things when they leave their jobs in the US. So that is the reason why we have to provide that salary for them. It's not too far away from what the average salary is, but we have to give some incentive in order to get that done. Bottom line is that we need to provide the service to the people.
Yeah, but outside is you're dealing with millions and millions of people. We have a population of about 50,000 people. You know, Ledua, I don't know which Google you go, but I Google this. I'll give it to you, the information that you gave me, and then we'll talk about it. I don't know where you get that information, 140, and I don't know where I get all my information. And I Googled this outside. That information you give me is wrong. The highest in the New York and California is 160-something senior. And they're dealing with the cost of living there. And they have more people. We start questioning your budget, Ledua. My last question, my last comments, Chairman. Iakopo. Whai au msui o kamai o le moka. E wakula o whawhakai show a whinge lenga show me le Olympic. Pawangi o le aro le kungu ngā vai e le fua kukuila mamua. A kamo e le selau iaka. E kele aku kanga o le Olympic. A kasiar kanga ka alonga le aro kamalea. Ka kau ngenga baba e le fongo le lumanga e o le Olympic ningi. Pe fa fefea nga fai, o le saungi e host le lua fe lua bat. Kau hoi kako baba ai le ofisa wa onga. Ua pia wanga o kia ngā le football. Ai fa feisi easy sports. Fa kai la finga singe kamanga o baba ai a koe TV o i falangi. La ngaru kambo nga mongi e le i. Kau lau o fa moe moe. Ia ala ua baba ai le fua kukuila mamua. Io se mika mikanga ngā fa koe la fa kai a ki o san. Fa kai ngi kai au.
Mr. CEO, let me say one more thing. I stand with the President about the issue about the salaries of pharmacists versus doctors and dentists. The President has a point. Honestly, I'm saying, by principle, doctors make more than pharmacists. If we go by responsibility, as you said, then we look at the responsibilities of doctors and dentists. They diagnose and they treat patients. Pharmacists do not. They do not diagnose and they do not treat. They work under the instruction from the doctors. I just want to remind all of us. Thank you very much. La tato ya tulisi bata upu pale wava tele pale falalo. We're going to go on to the next issue. The next issue on the agenda this morning is regarding the mortality rate of the patients at the hospital in the past 3 years. Did you have the list?
Yeah, Honorable Chairman, I have the list of deaths from 2020 to June, end of June 2024. The range of the number of deaths from 2020 to 2023 December is about ranges from 330 to 406 deaths per year in 1 year. And up to end of June of 2024, the number of deaths is 193. Breakdown of the deaths, about 50% of the deaths are in the hospital, and the other 50% is dead on arrival, meaning the patient either die at home or die in the community or on their way to the hospital. Now, looking at the crude death rate, the crude death rate is the number of deaths from any cause divided by the number of the population of a community per 1,000 or 10,000 population. Our crude death rate based on those data is 6 per 1,000 population. Just to add on to that, for clarity, is that in 2020, crude death rate globally was 7.7 per 1,000 population. And in the US, it was 8.3 per 1,000 population. Just to have that clarity with the mortality that we have. That is based on 55,000 population that we have.
2023 to 2024, 193 patients. About deaths, sorry.
In 2020, there were 330 deaths. 2021, there were 336 deaths. 2022, there was 406 deaths. That was the one that was over 400, and that was probably COVID was the main factor in that. And 2023 was 361 deaths. For the month of January to June 2024, there are 193 deaths.
Yeah, was it a phone avelava? Tanga lua filus fulu tolse lau tolse fulu e maliu lufutas. Yeah. Satele.
Io le pemo moi la fionga le chairman. O le aso fange aso le asa kausanga el moka le lisilia. E le mafaya e a uia o ngā whaawasenga i angumela ia o mai lisilia. O le memo mua, lausunga James Masalo e whaaliu i whawhamkalanga i whomai. Au ke eka konga i ai le pōlenga o le whalmai. Ia marka kai komiki le maka upulea. O le maka upulea. O le whalmai o whaupunga laku. O le moko o sulfainga. Ia mga o e mangingo ia ko sunga i o kai o whalmai. E le ai e o le anganga e le whapea o se moka maliu. E le ai e mamao al whaikau o kamai o laku. Ngā mako fisiringia le lisi lea. O ngā mako fieiroa la, fieiroa ngumela mongi a ia. Po le almi mafuanga ngā maliu ai kaka ngei, pe fia ngā maliliu pe a ngosa ngola usunga le kai. Pe fia ngā maliliu le fale, pe fia ngā maliliu le ER, a po a foi mai, ngā maliliu ai. Ia kuula i eiro anganga le lausunga le kaika komiki. Sauska e ao, koe a mai le lisi lea, o ngā koe fongo la e o le kako moka. E whao e ka upulea, a e ngai ofisili ia. E kaunga ofisili a kui lausunga le CEO, ia ma lausunga le CMO. Mua lausunga CMO, o le sau o oio le acting CMO, e sawa.
O lea lava.
Ua iei se CMO wha o lioli I le mea wai nge wa lengo whanau koe lau sangwanga. Le wa iei ale i o mai ngei. Wa umaunga whiwhiria le CMO.
Le ai o le iei le whamoe le asonu fual vai aso le la whai e interview mo su e le CMO. O i le aso suluiva. Le aso suluiva masina nei. A le acting mātou temi nei.
Ia, whawhikai. O le sia o visiti. O le ngaluenga fo mai. E whaalango i technologies i au maua mai. O le CT scan. O le leile CT scan li kemini ai.
Yeah. Sa leanga le CT scan. A tau nuu mai a parts le aso fua. Le alau laenga yo ia tama temine e to e fix.
Wa leva le leanga o le CT scan lea.
2 weeks. E lua vai aso sa leanga ai.
Li kausanga a koa. E kusa e fia masinga nga le CT scan.
He's asking how many months was it good and how many months was it out.
O le bolsit fia moka. Ia kia ula vaia o mea ia nga yo iei fo mai. E mwhai e o ngai loe fo mai po le a kongua le mai lea. O le si ofisiri e ku aku mangunga o lua. O le ale ma mafol kaka e mwhai CT scan lea ka konga whai. Kousa lau paunga?
What's the weight limit for the CT scan?
The weight, it can take up to, I think, 450.
Fasa lau dimas? Oi, tausa lau dimas food?
Ia, e si sila o kou. O kaka Samoa. O le average weight au kaka ia o kousa lau mong kupaunga. Lo winga o kaka e fasa lau paunga. Ile mwhai nga whaia CT. A wakulan ma ile mga o CT. Ia, o lau whesiringa, ai se a wale ai se CT scan o kou e sidi aku le mo whaanganga mo kako aku.
Yeah, Honorable Senator, we are getting a new CT scan that is coming that can take up weight, think up to more than 500 pounds. And we are hoping that will not have the issue that we have right now.
Yeah. Kalwai, thank you, Dr. Lidu. Kalwai ngol ke mio ke mangu yai. Ole aku isi ofisili wa le pola fingalo mo kasi amai le lisilia. Wa omeya, these are your, for the doctors to diagnose the patient. Yeah. It's so very important. I know we don't have a MRI, am I right?
We already purchased the MRI and
but not in,
it is
but
not
in functions.
Yeah, not here yet. It is not here yet.
Ole pay scale reclassification of format. Uma.
The reclassification of the doctors is in the new budget.
Okay, so it's finished.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, whafkaya moro of ngocha, ya lau korsanga ngai le kalwao ki mau kemi ya moro wava whaftai.
Whaftai tele lava sunga Dr. James, acting chief medical officer. We're going to call you back regarding the mortality rate. Fia bola ya data you fa tu fa bol. O ela mali fa mai o mali tu o le alma fu anga. But the cause of death in all cases. See mali data nga ia ona palotule in a future date to come back and make it clear to the senators. Le wo tal sanga tu ela fionga sento ya sa tele. Ai tu malu le tu ba fionga Bole mbesi ava doa se vatu ase se summary o tatou tanoanga le tai au molo tau silifia. Tulanga o lau fasaile na le lua cases na whia ngai marwhal mai. Tau sanga lua hafes fulvalu. Ia male tau sanga nei pa male lua versus talu ai. Lua hafes fulvalu ele i lato ia. Ele i whaingaluenga lato. Ele titi foi la le information o lato maua. Paul ben ave FBI le ia mena maua. Ia o mai nei o le o to mo la to stala il tesi le dua fes valu ia le se il manatu se I valau le loya sili ia on tatou mawai se tala I winga ia o le mele le mo vai aso talwai o le tei le whenga luenga le whalpai o le security officer ia nā le maila le meli ia ai mawai whamawhapea o ana lava whala au le lau tu atu I le po leo ia lewa lo sa se tia tu sai I will resign ia man luenga wa ese tu langa le Morgue o lo faili piring te minei o lo faili piring te po ai o le ambawan nga luenga hopefully fa mai por masina fo ia o le ambawa le tonu o le amatanga nga luenga mo le fale maliu fo o le fa dinga te bale yeah hopefully next month the bidding will be over o le dialysis fa bolbole il manatu la tola fa ngale hope dialysis o I vaitogi o le satellite clinic fa ngale e operate la to o le fo wa mata le se proclama you got to dialyze at home some patients 20% ela a fai la dialysis ma I tuai ainga o le awatu la tuai ainga e fa mai toto o isi mai o le proclama lea o se proclama le e fa mai toto mai tuai I ainga pe a malus fu pese no mai o le ia
ia vele mo ngoi fo mai tani mai fo ninga ngau e tani mai fasili pe o le tfanga ruanga o fal mai ia
le fa ko le sabio tato ia ia
issue that a lot of people are complaining is that when they come to the hospital, you know, they're not fully being addressed, their sickness, but they're sent home. And they brought back the next day and sent home the next day. Next time, Morgue. That's an issue that's been raised. And I want to address that with you. I don't know how to answer that, or how you're going to answer it. But at least I wanted you to be aware of that, what's the concern that's coming to us.
Yeah, we have.
And the other issue is that the death. Do we have a couple of minutes? Do you do the autopsy reports of death, or do we have an issue with it?
Yes, Honorable Senator, answers to your two questions. One for the people saying that they are coming and they don't get evaluated properly and they come back. We have an incident report process that if families or patients are not happy with whatever they go through, they have to write it down and give it to our quality improvement officer, and that will be addressed accordingly.
Samoans don't do that.
Yeah.
They don't. Very, very rarely that a Samoan will come and make that kind of complaint on a doctor or anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fiona President.
Dr. Kayapa, are there any dialysis patient from Manoa?
I am not sure of how many Manua patients, dialysis patients are here being dialyzed in LBJ. I can provide that and get back to you on that, Honorable President.
Did you have any plan to send some chairs over there for taking care of any patient if anything happened in Manua?
The plan that we have with this group is to also to include Manua in the dialysis plan, both to provide chairs and also home dialysis. So that is in the plan that we have.
I've watched the news on that new company that you from for dialysis, you know. Yes. So when are you going to start that? Coming to home and do the dialysis at home?
The first step that we will do with them is to acquire Hope Dialysis, build Hope Dialysis so that we can relieve the pressure from LBJ Dialysis. And in the next 12 months, we are looking at setting up the satellite dialysis that I'm talking about. But the acquiring of Hope Dialysis, we are hoping to accomplish that in 2 to 3 months.
Thank you.
Yeah, Fiona, sorry, eh?
Dr. Ledua, if my question is, if somebody die unknown cause of death, can I ask pathologist? I want to find out what's the cause of my one of my family death. Can we do over here pathologies?
Yes, we have pathologist, Honorable Senator, and we can do autopsy, as the Honorable Senator Stevenson mentioned. We can do autopsy, and the autopsy can be done either family request or a police case.
Good.
Or if the physicians are not able to confirm the cause of death, then they will talk with the family and try and encourage the family to have an autopsy so that we can confirm the cause of death.
Okay, thank you. And the other question is how far I know you were trying to teach our local doctors in telemedicine.
Yeah.
This is a very important thing. Can put the X-ray and read it from outside and tell us what kind of medicine it's.
Yes, we have.
How far do you teach our local doctors for telemedicine?
Thank you, Honorable Senator. The telemedicine is a program that is ongoing. We are able to do it now. We're doing telemedicine with the Shriners Hospital in Honolulu. We have also launched 3 months ago our telestroke program, where we connect directly to the stroke director of telemedicine and telehealth at Queen's Hospital, which links all the outlying clinics in Hawaii to that program. So LBJ is part of that telemedicine network. So any stroke patients that comes to ER, we can connect to the Queen's Hospital telestroke program through telemedicine. That is a program that is already available. We also have telemedicine program for dermatology, for people with skin lesions and skin diseases. We can do the telemedicine, and we have a dermatologist that is based in San Francisco that sees all our dermatology patients through telemedicine. We are planning on expanding those services to include cardiology in the next 12 months, and to extend it also. And the other telemedicine services that we have right now is radiology. Some of our radiology reading, the CT scan, is being read by a radiologist who is based in the US, and he provides that reading through telemedicine. So yes, telemedicine program is ongoing right now, but we are working and planning on providing and expanding on that services so that we can provide care that is not being provided right now in that through that modality of care.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate very much.
Can somebody die from gout?
Gout is not a cause of death. It can be something that can contribute to death, but not the cause of death.
Thank you.
Committee. Yeah, Dr. Ledua, we value our loved ones very high in the scale. By looking at the mortality data that I see here, is almost 400 for 2020, 2022, 23 or 24? 22 or 23?
22.
22, that's very
Yes.
high. Okay, and I know what's coming down in the next year, I mean this year coming up. And the last CMO that we have, like over 2 years ago, and we haven't get a real CMO since then. That's a very long time. And you know the responsibility of CMOs is very, very important because somebody have to look in those records and see what can we do and what's causing all those deaths. Our hospital is very lucky because none of those people are doing any suing the government or suing you guys. Because if you guys were working off island, you have to have your own license, doctor's license. Insurance in order to pay for those things. But by looking at this, I don't know why you guys takes too long to get a CMO. CMO is very important because you have to review those records all the time. When somebody died, that's a red flag. You got to start looking into that. So I'm kind of worried that the trend that we're going is not looking good. I'm sorry to bring it up now because when I look at this thing, I'm hearing all this stuff going on. But I don't know if your staff is able to keep this hospital going better and better or going a little bit further than we're supposed to be for now. Remember back then, Dr. Ledua, when you came here to become a CEO, when they pick you as a CEO, we request see if you can take the CMO instead of CEO. I know we can get a CEO from somewhere. But CMO is a very, very important job. We no longer have Dr. Salipanga. And now we keep on waiting and waiting. When is this thing going to happen? So now we just know that's coming up next week. And how far do you go out on your benching to get somebody good from out there in USA or somewhere that we can get a good person to take over this hospital? I'm still feel worried about where we're going because when doing the COVID, it's only 300, then we go 322, 223, and now it's 399. So it's not coming down, it's going up. So what are we going to do about this? Dr. Ledua, I'm begging you, I think you should get out of CEO and go become a CMO. Hire a CEO to run the hospital. You got too much on your plate. We need good doctors. We do value our loved ones. And this is it's only one hospital on this island. There's no other hospital. This is it. And it takes a long time to get somebody off island. Now we're having trouble with getting some people out on our Medicaid. But this is the only thing we can fall back on. I was hoping that the chairman of the board will show up today so we can request that. We got to do something. There's a lot of stuff that you mentioned, Dr. Ledua, when you come in here. There's a lot of changes going on in that hospital. When ARPA money goes away, I don't know how we're going to run this thing. Last week, I just got a bill for the Medicare. That's the first time they charged my wife for Medicare. It's lucky that I do have a TRICARE for the copay. But I don't know how you bill those other people that don't have the insurance. Just do they foot the bill for the copay, or you will take the part of the Medicare that does not pay that part? How's that work? Alador.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Senator. I know there's a few questions that you raised that I will try and answer all of them. One is on the CMO position. Even though there has not been any permanent CMO, the acting chief medical officer have been doing the work that, it's just that the acting label has been there, but she has been doing the work of a CMO. So the position has not been vacant, or no one is in that position doing the work. There is a person that is filling that position that is doing the work. That is on on the CMO. Honorable Senator, on the deaths, as I said, I would say that if we look at the global data that I provided, our mortality, we are in a very good compared to globally. In terms of crude death rate, The crude death rate, as I said, globally is 7.7. The crude death rate in the US is 8.8 per 1,000 population. Ours is 6 per 1,000 population. When we look at the health status of our people, of our community, we are in a much, much better crude rate compared to others. But we are working each day on improving what we need to do to improve the care that we provide. When we look at the mortality rate, we don't only look at the hospital service or the hospital care that the patients receive. As I said, 50% of people die at home, or they die in the community on their way to the hospital. It's not hospital death, but that has got to show that we have, health care of our community needs to be addressed, and this cannot be addressed by hospital alone. Honorable Senator, this has to be addressed from a unified perspective. Every member of the community have a role to play if we need to improve healthcare. I totally agree that we can improve, and in the next 12 months, LBJ Hospital is going to shift and move away from what we are doing right now and how we are delivering our healthcare. So we will not only be treating patients in the hospital. We are going to set up a department that will be reaching out to the community and taking care of the patients when they are discharged from the hospital, when they go home. Somebody will follow them up at home. Somebody will make sure that these patients are okay, are well. And if they need to come to hospital, they will bring them to hospital. Make sure that they take their medicine, make sure that they do their blood tests, make sure that they do their physical therapies. There will be a department in the hospital that will manage that. And that is what we're going to do in the next 12 months.
Dr. Ledoux, let me interrupt you. Yeah. I don't have the records of all the cause of the death in front of me, okay? I'm just speaking from the number of deaths on this island for a year. That's the only record I'm getting. I don't know where you get your records from, but the data is what I'm looking at. That's where I'm speaking from. So what I'm telling you, because I know you remember there was one doctor that was circulating something back then when they were having problems over there, because I don't know if the CMO or that board that look into the records or what's caused or each death is doing some evaluation on those things. So that's what I'm worried about, because what your evaluation is going to come out with, that is how that is what the record that the DOH should beef up. If you're getting too much on one side, then the DOH have to beef that section of the prevention. So that's what I'm getting at. So you need a good CMO in order to review those records, to review all the death records. I'm getting to that point now because I don't know where we're going from here. So what I'm asking you, we need to get a CMO on board. A good CMO have the time to do all that and look at how each patient's being treated. But the records you were trying to tell me, to explain to us, I don't have all that records in front of me. I'm just speaking from over here. So we can talk some more on that. Ledoux, you know I talk to you a lot when I come to the hospital. I sit down with you and we share a lot of issues. There's a lot of other senators here needs to ask some questions, okay. But I got what you tried to explain. I will get later to that. Okay.
My first question, Dr. Ledoux, is the referral program still ongoing?
The off-island referral program.
The off-island referral.
Yeah, the off-island referral program that is done by LBJ is still ongoing. That is the program that we provide airfares only to patients who travel off-island. That is different from the Medicaid.
Is it still ongoing this time?
Yes, it is.
You're able to refer patients off-island?
We are still able to refer patients off-island, providing them with airfares.
There's quite a few patients waiting for a while. What's taking so long for, after all the diagnosis and the port decided to send off-island, what's the hold up on that?
There should not be any hold up. The ones that are held up right now is the off-island referral from Medicaid, where Medicaid covers and pay for airfares and medical care. What we, LBJ, provide our off-island referral program, we provide airfare, we pay for the airfare for the patients, and 50% discount for the escort. That is still ongoing.
You keep talking about your program and stuff like that, but we're concerned about lives of the our people, the community. I don't like your rationale basing the service that you provide on the number of the populations. But what we need to have good doctors. I know you're professional, you are a doctor. And running the hospital is not that easy for you. And that's why we're trying to bring up a lot of advice. We would like to advise you on what we think. Think like a Samoa sometimes. Don't think like an off-island. You've been here for quite a while. You should be able to think like a Samoan. My next question is, are you operating the Hope House Dialysis in Italy?
The Hope Dialysis is what we are planning to acquire in the next 2 to 3 months.
The reason why I'm asking that you're talking about going to the homes and provide the dialysis service for the patients. The president has asked you about our community in Manua. Will they be included in that program?
Yes.
Because a lot of our people comes here because there's no service in Manua.
Yeah, the dialysis service in Manua.
If you're going to go to the homes and provide that service, I would recommend you do the same for the Manua.
Yes, Honorable Senator. The Manua is in the plan that is in place.
Okay. Some of the senators just ask you about you have a 20% decrease on your equipment, which is asked you about the scanner and stuff like that, MRI. You need all this equipment, professional technology, in order to provide the doctor with the appropriate diagnosis for all the patients. So with a decrease in your budget, 20% on equipment, I don't know how you're going to do them. How are you going to provide the service without all this equipment?
Honorable Senator, I don't have the budget with me right now, but I understand that we have a 36% increase.
Well, we're just asking you some of the questions you have in your budget. The decrease in your equipment and decrease in the salaries and all that kind of stuff. So I'll keep all the questions when we get through your budget hearing. But Chairman, eu ia ka sanga lo fon ke mik e le ka sanga le sunga le il faut mai il le pokio on a for se update il vanga la dialysis le da mai se update mon wan ka bunga len ka ku karangol ko il masinga lo ke ya on ka pungi ngol. I know I asked you the last time whether LBJ would be able to provide the service for all the patients that transfer from Hope House to LBJ, and you said yes. Now you're talking about going home, extending the program to going to the homes. So you have a problem there. And that's why I'm recommending asking the chairman to recommend an update on the dialysis with LBJ. Thank you.
Yeah, Honorable Senator, let me clarify. Yes, Hope Dialysis, we have already taken all patients from Hope Dialysis. They are all in LBJ right now. The home dialysis will be an option that will be given to patients if they want to have their dialysis done at home. Actually, home dialysis is never been done here before, but home dialysis, the outcome of dialysis is much better in patients who have their dialysis done at home. There are two types of dialysis. One is hemodialysis, where the dialysis fluid is given through the blood vessel. The home dialysis is a different type of dialysis called peritoneal dialysis, where the dialysis fluid is taken into the belly to clear out the toxins from the body. That type of dialysis is now common in the US because it improves patient outcome, it improves the quality of care, it improves the quality of life of patients who are on home dialysis. And it does not disrupt their schedule because they do their dialysis when they are sleeping at night. That is the advantage of that. But it is an option that will be given, to patients who want to have that done in their homes.
Any improvements you do with the dialysis unit, you need funding for that. It's going to cost you some money, and that's why we need to know what you intend to do in order to help you. Thank you.
Malo faftai. Yeah, ma'o. Yeah, yeah.
Te committee mole da no le tele se sitting on le tao es el matang of your name tao polo tala noi ai wala tu se la ngona e lo sunga tu sayo o fal ma ile tao onore o fal maliu o levan foi o fal maliu tao ai a maliu tanga e lua to waso to e maliu ni e lan mele tu pole o ato to le fatu winole o fal maliu le tao pa o tu puso o men na vatu taia o le malwal mota pa wana si atu ngalunga o no fo a maliu tanga tai moto yan to e mai le ni ono ole le o ato to le tulang o fal maliu tao le ava malfalo
a morgue into.
I think the issue is that about the morgue in Manua. Yeah, we can talk with the Department of Health director and work out on how we can help them to provide that service for Manua.
When was that?
I said we will talk with the director of health and see how we can help with that. This is the first time I'm hearing that.
After tasanga tu wa fionga ma se vela wa fionga police faftai tato pol baulita au bele tato le longa ai we tato faftai o te ba
ya fa malu atu le malu mot sa tausi foi le lima fai se maue fa nga foi mon mawale to e balang ba ya le mon mangi ya veia lo leo fato vai foi msui le pionga presidente sui presidente le malo tamaio al mota ne ta o fo tu nato le nga fa tele tu sai o tali ma popo e wi ana mato falong atu le ato to au mato tali ton e ato to pe ato e foi mai se stai mo moane man wi ale paso so nga ne ta o fo fa tai.
Thank you, Dr. Leadership. Thank you for your patience, your tolerance, your understanding for many of the concerns of the Senate of Malof.